Mission Pro Wrestling, the symbol of excellence in women's sports entertainment.
My goodness. Hey, Spotlight fans. It's your girl, Angel Marie, and it looks kind of weird in here right now because I am solo hosting right now. What? Like, what? I see all you guys in the chat. Hey, microplastics. And there's Freya. Hi, Freya. I got the bracelet on, don't worry. Hey, everyone in the chat. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, there's so many of you guys. Hi. So, it's just me today. My learner had to go do some business, you know what I mean? He had to go take care of his business, so I'm solo hosting today. So, hi, Jenna. It's crazy. Like, what? I'm doing this right now. But anyways, enough of me being weird. There has been a lot going on in women's wrestling this week. So I think we should just like jump straight into the news. So let's go. Okay, so we're gonna start off talking about SmackDown. So there was a match between Charlotte Flair and B-Fab, but B-Fab did lose. And at the end, we heard, "It's Tiffy time!" And Tiffany Stratton came out, and, you know, they started brawling and everything. Hi, Brent. Yeah, but Tiffany and Charlotte started absolutely brawling with each other, and I was like, oh my goodness. So much to the point that they were even brawling when they were trying to get Ms. TV going. But what ended up happening is Tiffany somehow climbed up like the big old screen that they have for the entrances, and she jumped off of it onto Charlotte and a lot of unfortunate security guards that they got pummeled. But honestly, I wasn't really feeling the hype for Charlotte and Tiffany, but now after this, I'm like, oh my goodness. Yes, she definitely did pull a Jeff Hardy with the, oh my gosh. Yes, she definitely did. But no, like, I am really starting to feel like, okay, wait, maybe I do want to watch Charlotte versus Tiffany. You know, like, cause some feuds are weird to me. It's nothing specific, but they just don't interest me. So now I'm starting to get a little bit more interested in, you know, I still think I'm making my early Mania predictions. It's going to be Tiffany. Tiffany's going to retain because it's Tiffy time. Moving along, we did have a Jade Cargill promo, and she was talking about everything that happened. And then she was interrupted by Liv Morgan with her little signature laugh. I don't think I can do it. Should I do the laugh? No, it does not sound like it. Never mind. I'm abandoning that ship. I'm never gonna try and do her laugh again. I really do believe that Tiffany definitely needs to win. Also, because I do like Charlotte. Okay, don't get me wrong. I like Charlotte. But, like, how many titles has she had at this point? Like, that is cool. That is very cool. Like, awesome. But yeah, I really do see Tiffany coming out. I mean, it's Tiffy time. She's, you know, it's Tiffany Stratton. That's all that has to be said about this. Hi, John. But yeah, and so then we had the whole Jade Cargill promo with Liv and Raquel afterwards. And then also we had the, you know, Chelsea Green with the Secret Harvest. Did I say that right? Hopefully I did. Yeah, we had the Secret Harvest with Chelsea. I gotta grab the flag. We gotta say the pledge to Chelsea. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of Chelsea and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under Chelsea, indivisible, with liberty and justice for Chelsea Green. Okay. Now that that's over. Yeah, so, I am on, Zelina Vega was there as well in the promo. I did not expect to see Alba becoming, a part of this whole thing with Chelsea as the secret Hervis. I did not expect this at all. But you know what? It's working. Hopefully Alba gets more opportunities because before this she wasn't even really being used either. So hopefully this does bring Alba some new opportunities. Moving on to Collision. If you look at the picture in the center, that is actually from Jenna. She went to the show, which was really cool. But we had the boss lady, La Mera Mera, Thunder. Oh my goodness. Yes. We need the Iconics as a part of the Secret Harvest. I mean, they're like a perfect fit. Like, I absolutely loved Billie Kay and Peyton Royce when they were in the WWE. Oh my goodness. I loved them so much. So, I mean, if they came back as a part of the Secret Harvest, unstoppable, honestly. But yeah, so we had Thunder was pulling a promo, and then she got attacked by Megan Bay. So yeah, not the best night for Thunder because she also did lose the match that she had against Megan later that night. Yeah, really unfortunate. After the match, it would be Toni Storm and Chris Statlander coming to attack Megan and then also come to the aid of Thunder. And you see, oh my goodness, I love Toni. Toni's being picked up by the Butler, and then Thunder is being picked up by Chris, which you can't really tell in that picture, but poor boss lady. Yes, poor boss lady. We love you, Thunder. Oh goodness. Moving on to Raw this past Monday, we had Dakota Kai versus Ivy Nile. Was it Ivy? Right, yes. I'm forgetting names right now. Excuse me. Yes. I mean, yeah, Thunder did really, really look amazing. I mean, as always. Come on, it's Thunder Rosa. She always looks amazing. But yeah, it was honestly unexpected, like, little teaming that we're going on with here, but I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? But yeah, so it was Dakota Kai versus Ivy Nile, and yes, King Kata won. Of course. We love Dakota Kai here. And then we also had the contract signing for WrestleMania between Io Sky and Bianca Belair. And during the middle of it, Rhea just came out and just signed her name on the contract. And then Adam Pearce was, just getting extremely upset with her after the fact. But is it technically legal? I mean, how do they have the names printed on it? Does it have it like to where you have to, sign it and then like, it has her name at the bottom? Or can you just like sign anywhere? Because if you can sign anywhere and like it doesn't have like any names in the fine print, technically in legal terms, it would be fine that Rhea is, going to get put into this match. But, it's just, yeah. And I was about to say this too. I do feel bad because like it's like Io, they're treating Io as an afterthought, and you definitely do not want to treat Io Sky as an afterthought. I mean, she's called the Genius of the Sky for a reason. But yeah, so if it's legal, I'm signing my name on someone else's winning lottery ticket. Hey, you gotta hustle, right? You gotta. Hey, I won't tell unless it's mine. then I will tell on you. But other than that, hey, free game. You know what I mean? But so it does look like how it's been looking like for the past couple weeks, that this is going to turn into a triple threat at WrestleMania, which I wouldn't be too mad at, but then at the same time, I feel like that kind of sucks because, Bianca earned her spot in the Elimination Chamber, and Rhea just comes and storms in, and I'm signing my name on this paper. You better let me fight. So, I mean, $10? You know what? That's generous. I'll take the $10. And also, Courtney. Hi, Courtney. My runner is not on tonight. He has to go to, deal with his own little business. So, yeah, but we missed you, my runner. But he'll probably be on within the next couple weeks. I'm not sure when, but he will be back on. Moving on to NXT here. Oh my goodness. I'm not saying the pledge again. We already said the pledge once. So to start off the show, actually, it was Chelsea Green versus Sol Ruca, and I was really excited for this match, and it delivered, obviously, because I mentioned this last week. I had went to 2 different places on last Tuesday, not this past Tuesday before, and I took a picture in front of a replica of the Statue of Liberty, literally posing as Chelsea. And then later that same day, I was at the beach. I somehow ended up on the beach, and I posed like Sol Ruca. And then I go on my phone later that night, and I realized that it's going to be Chelsea and Sol this week. So I think I somehow manifested this match. So obviously I was excited. And like I said, it did very much deliver. Hyru. And yeah, and then another crazy segment we had on actually NXT. There was a lot of action on NXT, but I had to break it up into 2 different slides. So this is only side 1. So Stephanie came out, and she was having her promo talking about how she is the double campeona. I'm so happy for Stephanie. Stephanie has grown on me so fast. It's insane. But so she came out talking, and Jordan Grace came out like she was about to say, "Where's the leak, ma'am?" You know. But yeah, Jordan Grace was dressed up as Patrick Star, and I absolutely love this. And when I was going to get pictures for today's show, I found out that Jordan's real name is Patricia. What are the chances? Patricia and Patrick. It's insane, but I'm just fangirling over here because I love SpongeBob. Where's the leak, ma'am? That's one of my favorite quotes ever. And whoever's the owner of the white sedan, you left your lights on. I'm totally going off topic, but yeah. So it was Jordan Grace that did come out and interrupt her. And then Jada Parker showed up. And she challenged Stephanie to face her next week for the NXT Women's Championship. We already know how I feel about Jada. I'm not gonna say anything. No, but so, and it was made official later on in the show that that Jada will be facing Stephanie Becker for the NXT Women's Championship next week. And whilst that was happening, Fallon Henley also walked into the office, and she's like, "Ava, I've been demanding my rematch this whole entire time. Where is my rematch?" And so Stephanie was like, you can get your rematch, you know what I mean? And so next week, Stephanie is not only defending her NXT Women's Championship, she is also defending the NXT North American Championship. So she has her hands pretty full, but she is La Primera. So I do believe that she will be able to pull it off and retain both of her titles against Fallon and Jada, respectively. That's for next week. So next week's going to be insane. And then we move on to having Izzy Dame and oh my goodness, I just forgot her name. Adriana Rizzo. There we go. In a 6-person tag team match, and so they had a little bit of spotlight there, and I was like, it's always good to see the girlish wrestler. You know what I mean? And then we also had Carmen Petrovic versus JC Jane, the rock star JC Jane. And JC did win that match. Moving on, we're gonna go to Dynamite, and it was Chris Statlander versus Megan Bayne, and I really liked this match. This is honestly a contender for Banger of the Week, but it did not make the cut for Banger of the Week, unfortunately, because there was a match before this that I'll get into in a minute. But yeah, so Megan Bayne versus Chris Statlander, and then Tony came out at the end. You know, we love timeless Tony Storm, and so this rivalry is heating up from everything that did happen on Saturday at Collision. You know, I think we're more than likely going to have some sort of like tag team match. So it's more than likely going to be Chris Statlander and Tony Storm versus Megan Bayne and I don't know who else. Or maybe it might just be a triple threat. Maybe Megan will find a partner. Maybe she'll be like, screw you, handicap match. That'd be pretty cool to see. A handicap match would be pretty cool to see. I'm not gonna lie. But if you watched Dynamite last night, you know that there is one more match that happened last night that is not on the graphic. And so, you know, Mariah, actually, that would work. Exactly. Yes, I absolutely love Chris Statlander too. I don't know, just something about Chris Statlander, just like the whole energy she brings, that she's so tall and you know, she's just a huge powerhouse. Like oh my goodness, I love her. But yeah, so for Dynamite, there is one match I did not mention, so let's get to the Banger of the Week.
Hold on to your Kulos Mission Pro fans. Lock on, it's the Banger of the Week.
So I chose the Banger of the Week this week, and honestly, Mercedes Moné versus Billy Starks for the TBS Championship. The CEO. If you're not new here, you already know how I feel about Mercedes, but if you are new here, I don't like Mercedes. And that's about all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, no, I love the match, and I was so happy that Billy Starks is, you know, getting this, that she was even on TV for AEW. And I have to agree with that. But yeah, no, I'm so happy because, you know, it's Billy Starks. Like, I've known of Billy for around like a year now, and I'm just like, the journey that she has had to get to the ring is, you know, it's insane. I believe she started wrestling around like 13, and I believe they also said this was like close to her 500th match. That's a lot of matches for one person. Like, what? There's a lot of people that are like, I mean, even like current like roster that probably do not even have like 500. They might have like 200, 300, but they don't have 500. And that's absolutely insane. Like, I'm so happy for Billy for that. And, you know, this match overall was just amazing. Billie did look so good, and there was so many spots, and there was ones where Billie was, jumping off the ropes and jumping off the apron, and I was like, oh my goodness, and like I remember one part, she had a pretty bad fall, and she fell right on her behind, like after hitting Mercedes, and I was like, oh gosh. But there was a lot of moments in this match that honestly, I thought Billie was gonna win. I genuinely thought Billie was gonna win for like, a couple moments here, but unfortunately to some people, not unfortunately for Mercedes Moné, she did retain her TBS championship. And literally this, I've said this before, 100%, I love Sasha Banks. Loved Sasha Banks. But Mercedes Moné is, I don't know, something does not sit right with me when it comes to Mercedes. But, whatever. We were talking about, though, how we've talked about it in the past, how, Billie, since Billie's getting involved with all this, maybe we could see a possible Fallen Goddess soon challenge for the title, maybe by the name of Athena. I would be so hyped for that. And if it is, if Mercedes' next opponent is going to be Athena, I really hope Athena wins. I'm just saying. Yes, we have talked about this before. I feel like it is probably going to be Athena versus Mercedes Moné at All In, or a certain boss lady, Thunder. It makes sense. It's Texas, but I feel like it probably will be Athena versus Mercedes at All In. I hope that they get. Yes, it is basically her home. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Athena is literally from Texas, so it is. So I really hope Athena wins. I sincerely hope Athena wins. True, she can go after Tony. There is still the AEW Women's World Championship. She can still go after Tony, and honestly, that'd be pretty cool to see. But going back to some more news for this week, we actually we have 2 reports tonight. We usually only have one or the other, but there's some news to report on both of these ladies that we've had on Spotlight before. So I think let's jump into, this lady, Mission Pro Wrestling champion. I think it's only fair that we have her report first. So this is the Izzy report. We don't have too much to report on. But this Saturday she is going to be taking on Carolina Cruz at Luck Brawl. Oh my goodness. And yes, Izzy report does make sense. And to answer this question, I do not know where Veda Scott is. My name is Angel Marie. Hello. I do not know. But yeah, so Izzy versus Carolina, they've had matches before, and I was actually at a show where they did have this match. This was back January of this year. Don't remember the exact date, but I know it was January. It was at Hybrid New Year, New Hybrid Experiences 2, and it was Izzy versus Carolina, and it was not for the title. And unfortunately, back then, Izzy did lose. It was definitely a devastating upset for her. But we're running it back. And who knows, maybe Izzy will win this time, and it will, they'll be 2 for 2, unless they've had other matches, which I feel like they might have, but I cannot remember. Yeah, let's make them 2 for 2. I honestly have like all the confidence that both ladies will do good, because they're both my friends. Yeah. Yes. Mission Pro is still on hiatus. Mission Pro has not had an event since August, and that was Midsummer Blast, and that was the last show for last year, and we've been on hiatus ever since. This is Mission Pro Spotlight. This is our little, spotlighting women's wrestling podcast. We talk about the women's wrestling news of the week. We recap like all the matches and stuff. We talk about like upcoming pay-per-views, but for like all the promotions out there. So WWE, AEW, right now we're having our Izzy report. So yeah, unfortunately Mission Pro is still on hiatus. No word of when, if and when they're gonna come back. So I I am not a wrestler. Actually, I am not a wrestler yet. I am not a wrestler. So I do not have any matches coming up. You can catch me every single Thursday night right here where you're at right now on the Mission Pro Wrestling YouTube channel of co-hosting Mission Pro Spotlight. Today I'm hosting because my runner was not able to jump on tonight. And I'm not from Oklahoma, so that answers your question. And so we have another report because, she's a friend. She's a friend of the Spotlight podcast. And we've had her on before. So much fun. And she was actually this year's Mission Pro Spotlight Rising Star of 2024. So, this may or may not upset some people that are in the chat. Let's get into the next report. So this is the Calientita report. Yes, I know, you're so happy, Mike. I am spotlighting Callie on here. Yeah. Was that really necessary? Was that really necessary? I can literally smell the shade. I can smell the shade. There is some bitter people in this chat. That's the only reason why I said that. One specific bitter person. No, I'm just joking around here. Yes. Callie and Mike have some history. She has a lot more history with one of his friends, Tommy, though. But we won't get into that. So this week, all the way to the right, that is Callie from Borracho Pro, from this weekend, and she technically lost, but the match was kind of strange because, with me, I love to give you guys the best news that I can. And I went straight to the source. Obviously, I texted Callie, I DM'd her. I was like, hey, like, did you win your match at Borracho Pro or not? And she was like, I guess. And I was like, what do you mean you guess? Like, usually it's a definitive, oh, I lost. Oh, I won. Oh, it was a draw. But so the whole deal with what happened at Borracho Pro is that there was apparently 4 envelopes on either corner of the ring, and you had to grab one, and so one of them had like 2 of them, or one of them, I'm not too sure about that, had contracts to be able to challenge for the championship. Oh my goodness! Thank you? What? Oh my goodness. That is such a huge compliment. I'm sorry, I just got so thrown off. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Oh my goodness. And it's so weird to even call myself a Mission Pro employee because I'm actually such a huge fan of Mission Pro. I just got onto the Spotlight podcast in mid-August. So thank you. I've really, 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 really been, honing my craft on here. So this honestly does mean a lot. Thank you. Thank you, Jenna. But yeah, and so there was 4 envelopes on either corner of the ring. Um, I'm such a great employee, guys. Thank you. But yeah, so there was envelopes on either corner of the ring, and 2, I believe it was 2, had contracts to challenge for the Baracho Pro Women's Championship. So the one that Callie got was empty. So she says, I mean, I guess I lost them. But I mean, when Callie's in a match, technically, is it a loss? You know what I mean? But this weekend, Callie has got a very busy weekend. A very busy weekend in Texas Independent Wrestling as well. I will be at Hybrid, but before we talk about Hybrid, we got to talk about United 210, Back to the Yard, you know, Texas Kingdom versus the Texas Treats, otherwise known as the Treats Nation. And Callie is in this match. It'll the 2 women in this match is Callie. She's Team Treats, of course. We the best. Man. Oh, I really do not like the Texas Treats, but I don't know why I just said we the best. That's a Texas Treats thing. I think I'm becoming brainwashed. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? Suggestion Bucks. I really love Ridley, and I also really love Key Vibes. And I mean, Key is the hybrid women's champion, which I know this is not like a hybrid podcast, but you know, I could spotlight her. I could honestly, we could do that. I will bring that up to Mind Runner when he gets back, and I will honestly ask him and be like, hey, like we should do like a little hybrid spotlight, like, you know, just like on the girlies. I mean, obviously I'm doing it right now. I am going to start talking about hybrid in just a second. You will even select, you will even accept a Celine Hysteria. That is a lot coming from you, Mike. That is a lot coming from you. But yeah, so Back to the Yard, it's no retreat, no submission. That is very insane, because if you do not know United 210, it's basically like there's a ring in the middle of someone's backyard, and it's in the middle of just like houses. Like seriously, it's in someone's backyard, and that's why it's so cool. I have not been yet though. I really want to go. I always want to go to shows, of course. But so apparently, they're just gonna lock the gate and they can't leave. It's kind of like Anarchy in the Arena, but there's no arena. It's just outside. But yeah, so Callie is with the Texas Treats, and then Ridley is with the Texas Kingdom. That is on Friday. Now on Saturday, it'll be Hybrid School of Wrestling Road to Hybrid Mania, and it's going to be a 6-woman tag team match. It's going to be the team of the Hybrid Women's Champion Ridley. Oh my goodness. Key Vibes with Ridley Thorne and Vert Vixen. Really cool treat. I love Vert, so that's gonna be really cool to see. And then we have Calientita, Celine Hysteria, and Misa Kate. And Misa is actually Mission Pro alum, so that's gonna be really cool to see her again. I remember talking with her before, and she's awesome. She's so cool. So 6-woman tag match. That'll be on Saturday, and then on Sunday, Callie has another match. It's going to be the team of Calientita and Emmy Camacho, and we've actually had Emmy here at Mission Pro as well, versus the team of Key Vibes and Ridley Thorne. Yeah, so that's going to be a really, really fun weekend for her. It's going to be at the Von Erich Ranch. RCW at the Von Erich Ranch, and I wanted to go, but I unfortunately did not get tickets, but it's okay. It's okay. And I also don't have a ride, so it wouldn't really matter anyways. But yeah, and so that was the that was all of our news for this week. Women's wrestling is absolutely on fire. Yes, very much so, busy girlies. It's insane. There's so much going on. But yeah, and so thank you guys for joining me. You know, I don't really got too much else to say because I did go through all the news and the banger of the week. But thank you guys for your support because I do know a lot of you joined in here because y'all knew I was going solo today. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you can catch me at Hybrid this weekend, Hybrid School Wrestling, at the show. You know, come tell your girl hi. You know. Yeah, you can follow me, itrw_angel.marie on Instagram, and basically the same format for like TikTok as well. I do not believe it has a period in it though. But you can find me regardless, wherever you can find me. Follow the Mission Pro Spotlight's Instagram account, MPW_Spotlight. Be sure to follow Mission Pro Wrestling. You know, you want to make sure that you're following them for the second that they announce, hopefully, that they will be coming back this year. You know, you always want to be first person to know stuff. Now, obviously, we'll report it here on Spotlight as well, but it might get posted elsewhere first. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. I love all you guys. Oh my goodness. Y'all are like so, this is the good part of wrestling. This is the good community of wrestling. When everyone's nice and not weird, but then there's a really weird part of wrestling. I technically do, but I don't use it. So, I mean, Instagram is the best place to find me. I am currently posting up all of my pictures from the past, like, 3 wrestling shows I've been to because I hadn't posted anything on there yet. From Hybrid in January, Hybrid in February, and then I also went to TNA in February and Saturday Night's Main Event, and I hadn't posted those yet. So, you know, go follow me, and you can see my cool pictures. I think I'm pretty cool. So I mean, oh my goodness, look who showed up! Yay! It's Midrunner. We love you, Midrunner. Totally slay. Slay Squad. Yeah, thank you guys so much. This is feeling like a Mexican goodbye because how long has it been that I literally just said that I started this like whole outro, and now I'm barely finishing the outro. If you know, you know. If you live in a Mexican household, you understand it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed, you know, Spotlight this week, and we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die.